Hi, all. This is Dr. J, streaming live from Long Island, New York, where the weather is okay, where the weather is the calm before the storm, which we're supposed to get tomorrow. Hopefully we get it in the form of a few inches of snow and not on Wall Street. It can snow on Wall Street, but as long as it snows green, not red, not white, but green. I like green, the color green when it comes to Wall Street. So let's hope that tomorrow is a better day than today. Today was really a neutral day with the Dow doing very little, with the NASDAQ doing very little, with the S&P 500 doing extremely little, with biotechs making a little bit noise, a couple of them in particular, ARWR and Tandem, TNDM, which we've been following. What else? I like the IBB. The chart is telling me something, and I will share that something with you in a few minutes when we look at the charts. The Dow, there's really nothing much to add from my weekend report, but I will take a look at it with you. The S&P 500, we'll give a look at that. We'll give a look at the four big pot stocks: Kronos, Aurora, Canopy Growth, and tlry. The one that's in the news today is the one with earnings, Aurora. Now, the earnings, which came out after the market closed, was kind of a mixed bag. There was, let's say, I think it was a high end of guidance on the revenues. So I think it was something like 54 million. I don't know if that's Canadian or US, I think Canadian. So that was Canopy's, that was Aurora's guidance. Originally, the street had been looking for more, like 60 million. So I don't know that it's good because it's a high end of guidance, but at least it's not the low end of guidance. And of course, there was still losses. I'm not sure the reason they gave for the losses is, as I did not listen to the conference call. And what else? The big excitement is their claim that they have 20% of the Canadian recreational Canadian pot market. Now, I think that's good. But then again, in the United States, Philip Morris, what do they have? About 95%? So everything is relative. There are other players. Canopy Growth has double the market value of Aurora. So we're going to take a careful look at their earnings report on Thursday after the close. And they have to hit it big in order to satisfy the street. I think they will. I think they're going to be surprisingly strong. Remember, that was one big Canadian pot stock that Dr. J didn't own. Well, I bought some of it today. I had to get a starter position in there. If it goes down tomorrow, I'll probably add more. What else? I did sell my tlry in the 80s for a profit. I think my average was 75. I sold it at 80.5. Small profit, but I got out of that one. It's back to 75. So I'm actually liking that one. I'm looking at it in the charts. It looks like it's about to break out. So we're going to take a look at tlry as well as the other pot stocks. And of course, the only FANG stock that I've been obsessing over is Jeff Bezos's company, Amazon. We'll look at that as well. Okay, so let's get right to the video charts. I have to move closer so I can click on screen share. All righty, we're going to share screen. Hopefully that works just fine. Okay, so we'll do it from left to right here. Dow Jones Industrial Averages. By the way, as always, do your own due diligence. My opinions are strictly on my own and do not constitute investment advice. And Dr. J has a lot of good ideas, a few clunkers. It's your job to differentiate between the two. Please, if you get a chance, give me a like, which is a thumbs up. And also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Write comments, all of those good things. All right, anyway, this is a chart of the Dow Jones Industrial Averages. Notice we had a very small candle today on relatively light volume. The good news is we did make a new high. We did not make a new low. We did not get back down to the descending trend line. We did not get back up to the ascending trend line. So all in all, it's very neutral. Nothing much to say. I think that we're essentially done going down. I don't think we go down as far as my initial guesstimate of 24,150. I think what I said on the weekend holds. I think 25,000 should be the bottom. IBB. IBB. That is the iShares NASDAQ Biotechnology ETF. And it had itself a fair day today. It's tiny green candle on relatively low volume. But I like the fact that it once again bounced off its lower support area of 106. So it's been trading between 106 and 111, 111.50 maybe. Let me see. 111.50. So for a 5.5 point trading range, it's been adhering to it pretty nicely, at least for the last month or so. So I have every reason to believe we knock on the door one more time at least at 111.50. This time maybe we go through it and we test the 115 area. I am, as I said before, over the weekend, still pretty bullish on biotechnology, despite what the politicians are doing to this industry. Come on, give the industry a break. You want research and development to go on? Let them make a buck. It's okay for every other company to make a buck. True, everyone should be able to afford medicine. We have a little bit of a dilemma. My answer is ease up FDA regulations so that it's not quite so costly to bring a drug to approval. Okay, SPX. More proof that we did nothing today. Nothing happened today. We did nothing today. The SPX was essentially unchanged on the day. What is it giving me? Down 25. That's not right. I'm telling you, Yahoo, what's with you, man? All right, up 1.92 or up 0.07%. That looks more like it. We have a tiny little doji. Meaningless day. I mean, it's just about as far away from its upper trend line as it was yesterday. The good news is it made a new high, did not make a new low. The volume was half yesterday, half the volume on Friday. You could go to sleep looking at the S&P 500 stocks. Yawn, yawn, yawn. But the bottom line is it will go up from here. ACB. I'm not asking you anything, Siri. Go back to sleep. All right. ACB, Aurora. Down 42 pennies. And after the close came out with earnings, I think it's essentially unchanged after the close, although I haven't looked recently. As I said in my introductory remarks, the earnings were unremarkable. They were pretty much what the company guidance said it would be in January. So 54 million is right about what they said, and the good news was that they had 20% of the total pot sales for recreational pot in Canada since legalization. So that's good news, I think. As I said, I don't know what percentage of the market is really good news. In the United States, doesn't Philip Morris just totally dominate? Canopy is due to come out on Thursday. I think it'll be a different story for Canopy growth. I think they will have blowout numbers. So while Aurora kind of hit the expectation, sort of, I think Canopy will have blowout numbers. After the close, Canopy actually went up on the, I guess it had to be on the basis of the Aurora earnings report. Yet Aurora did not go up. Interesting. Let's take a look at Canopy. I'm trying to take a look at Canopy. There we go. All right, it came down today right to its lower trend line, found support and bounced. I like that. I don't think it's going to go any lower than this support line. I think come Thursday, it'll be right around here, still maybe within the triangle, and then break out to the upside. I could see it testing the 5181 high inside of no time. So that would be my target, and also would be the resistance. Let's draw that horizontal line. I don't know why I didn't draw it in the first place. Okay, so right around there, I see Canopy, a resurgent Canopy being revitalized by earnings come Thursday, actually come Friday morning. So I expect a Friday rally. I expect nothing much till then on Canopy. In fact, if it dips a little bit, Dr. J will be a buyer. If it dips below this trend line, I don't know. I think the next support is around $40.50. So, I mean, that's okay too. Even if it dips below, I probably would be a buyer. I'm a believer. So I think $40.50 should hold on Canopy growth. Kronos has been under pressure the last week or so. The last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trading days with one big green candle in the middle. The rest of the days were downers. But even the rebound day, it made a new low that day. And that, I believe, is support. 1872. So Dr. J would love to be buying at around 1881, 1885, something like that. I will look to buy back the Kronos that I sold at 21.5, 22. So I'm looking to get back in, fully back in. I'm still partially in Kronos. Okay, where do I think it could go? On the 22nd, there's earnings. But I think if Canopy Growth has good earnings, this will move long before the 22nd. So I think, I don't know if it's going to make a challenge the $25 high. I kind of doubt that. But I could see it moving back up to, let's say, the middle of this green line, 2050, something like that. Maybe higher than that. So I think we're good for a point and a half. I think the phenomenal move, the exponential move is over, at least for now. But it is regrouping, consolidating, and I think we will get another run eventually down the road, maybe at the end of February. Certainly by the end of the year, I expect higher numbers for Chronos. tlry. tlry. I drew a lot of trend lines for tlry. I was kind of line happy. But the one that's the most interesting to me is the one that looks like it's coming to a head right here, coming to the end of its triangle right here. So in the next 2-3 trading days, by the end of the week certainly, tlry should break out of this to the upside. Therefore, Dr. J is looking to get back in. If it doesn't break to the upside and breaks to the downside, I'm looking at this low to hold, this low being $64. I know that's a long ways down to Tipperary, but it's 75 now. If I can get in at about the low of today's candle, which was, let's see, well, it's pretty much where it closed. If I could pick it up at about 70, where it closed even. It's a 10-point drop to the low, to my stop loss, but I think we can easily get a 10-point pop. Probably bigger than that. So the upside outweighs the downside on tlry, I think. Amazon.com, I think the hullabaloo with Jeff Bezos, with Jeff Bezos' girlfriend, with Jeff Bezos' penis, with the National Enquirer, with Donald Trump and the war between Trump and Bezos, I think it's quieting down a little bit. I think it's going to go away. It's going to go to sleep for a while. And Amazon will wake up. So I think it's right at support. I think it holds support, and it's going to make new highs, take out the old high on 131, which I'm going to draw a horizontal line as resistance here. So the obvious resistance would be this. So there we have the obvious resistance. The obvious support is where it's at. I don't think it just trades between the lines. I think it's going to go above it. So it's just a matter of time for Amazon.com. I'd be looking to be a buyer tomorrow at the open even, possibly. It is down after hours. I don't know what that's all about. I don't know what the futures are either, but it looks good to me. I think we're going to go to the upper end of this trading range at least. So we're looking at 1736, not 1736. We're looking at, 1736. That's a huge move. Very nice move. I'm looking at 150 points up from here. Very possible. Okay, so, and quickly, I mean, it could just retrace that in the same number of days it took to lose it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. By the end of February, my friends, we could be knocking at the door of 1735. Okay, so this has all been Dr. J's opinion, based on charts, based on fundamentals, based on a little bit of my gut feeling. I hope it wasn't gas, the gut feeling. In any event, this is Dr. J streaming live from Long Island, New York, where there's a frog in my throat. Kermit, quiet down. Don't forget the thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. I think there's a G there somewhere. That's about it. Tell your friends about me. Sayonara, shalom, au revoir, arrivederci, ciao. Oh, one more. Hasta la vista.